Hello, Aries. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. Let's get right into it. Happy full moon. We're in a full moon phase. You may be watching this video on a waxing gibbous moon, but we're in a full moon phase. So if there are any full moon rituals that you do, tons of them online. Tons of them online. This reading is for the 15th through the 29th. 29th is the last day of this cycle. And then we start a whole new cycle on the 30th of December. So let's do it. Let's see what's in your cards. First card, I see your money growing. Nice. Talking to you wherever Aries is in your birth chart. See your money growing. And I see this because you worked hard, for something. You worked hard for something. And it's because it's something that you did not authorize. Something that you did not authorize. Yeah. And something maybe, and you have a wealth of knowledge about something, but something you did not authorize. Right. So I do see your money growing. You may, like I said, you're a hardworking person. I see somebody in a leadership position. It could be, for one, I see somebody applying for a leadership position, and I see you getting promoted. That's one, because you have tons of knowledge, right? You have a wealth of knowledge. But I see this time you're asking what authority you have in this position. Like I don't see you just kind of like just, okay, well, I have a position, but okay, thank you for the title, but what can I do in this position, right? So now I see somebody being a little bit more assertive. In the past, I feel like somebody may have had a title but really no authority to do anything, right? But the next time I feel like somebody's going to say, no, I have, you went down this rabbit hole, and something could have ended up being a nightmare for you, right? And so now somebody's a little bit more down to earth and a little bit more relatable. I do feel like you're on a new team, and the team for you, like in terms of like I see financial independence now. I feel like somebody is not going to talk about money so much. Yeah, I feel like somebody's not going to talk about money so much. Matter of fact, or material possessions. I feel like somebody's not going to talk about that as much anymore. Here we have the Six of Swords here. Yeah, I feel like once, because you moved on from that. You definitely moved on. Yeah, because people get too many ideas. You start talking about money, you start talking about wills, you start talking about trust, you start talking about you got this amount of money just in case something happened to you, you gonna leave this amount to this person, this amount to that person. People start licking their lips and salivating and doing all kinds of stuff, trying to set people up, trying to do all of this stuff. It's just too dangerous. Looking at the cards here, trying to blackmail people, just doing all kinds of stuff. Like I said, you think you got a title, but no authority whatsoever. People like, oh, well, I know this about you. I know that. Like I said, just being shady. So somebody, like I said, you have some ideas, moving forward, but you're applying it in both your personal and your professional life now. And so now somebody is, like I said, Source is giving you an opportunity to ask questions. Source is giving you an opportunity to ask questions now, to really just say, okay, I'm up for a leadership position. I have a lot of information. I'm not, I've gone down a rabbit hole before. It ended up being a nightmare in a leadership position. This time I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask at a high frequency. How much wiggle room do I have in this position? How much, how many, let's say you have a team on a job. Can we, do we have a budget? That's a good question to ask. Do we have a budget? Do we have a budget to, can I hire more people? Um, do we have a lunch budget? Can we do activities in the workplace? I mean, that's a legitimate question. Do you have stock options? Do you, because I see somebody again in a leadership position. Do you um, this can even apply to you being financially independent and being on a team in terms of like you starting to date again for somebody, and your person is wanting to know, they want to know how much authority they have in a relationship. Same thing, the conversation, right? Same thing. They just trying to analyze the situation. Here's the Six of Cups here. So I definitely feel like somebody is moving on in childlike faith, right? Moving on from past disappointment. Just moving on from past disappointment. Or possibly you not talking to somebody, or somebody not talking to you, or people not talking to you, or whatever. But here we have the Ace of Cups. But it's some kind of a new beginning happening here. New beginning happening here. The scales are definitely being removed from your eyes about some things. You're not going to believe everything you see anymore. You're not believing everything you see anymore. You see something low vibrational about somebody, you're not going to automatically go into believing it. You're going to pick up a phone, because that's what this right here, and make a phone call. You're going to make a phone call. You're going to talk directly to somebody. You're not going to just automatically go straight into jump into conclusions, just getting disappointed. Or having the wrong idea, right? Here we have that's what two, the ace and two would be three. You're going to be motivated to call somebody who is far away from you. Somebody's across a body of water. That emotion, that's water. Something is going to pick up the phone and call somebody. I saw something that don't even seem like you. What is this? Right? What is going on? What is this? That's what somebody's going to do from now on. That's going to get a question answered right away. That's going to number 7 is situated. It's going to complete a question immediately. It's going to complete a question right away. What is going on? I saw something that didn't seem right. What's going on? The family is talking. Right? So here we have the King of Pentacles here. So it looked like some wealthy people were involved in something. Aries. And somebody in the middle right here went down a rabbit hole. And something could have ended up being a nightmare for them. Just like it ended up being a nightmare for you. Like I said, that's what you and a lot of people have in common, right? Families have in common. But looking at your cards here, when we see the Three of Pentacles here, that's about teamwork, right? What team are you on? People assume people are on a lot of different teams. So, source is saying you, in this case right here, for you, somebody could have taken advantage of, you may have felt like somebody took advantage of your vulnerability. Like this person right here is naked in the picture. You could have felt like somebody took advantage of your vulnerability. And so what you're working hard to do, and vice versa, this is what I'm saying, a lot of people have in common, is not to jump to conclusions to take advantage of other people's vulnerability. 9 is death, rebirth, right? So somebody could have taken advantage of somebody who was brokenhearted over a death. That's what this is. 6 and 3 is 9. 9 is a death, a rebirth. And somebody could have been going through a nightmare over the death, loss of somebody. Death is not the kind of thing that, like, you grieve for 1 week and you just be done with the grief. You could be grieving for years. Like, you could be not constant, like steady. Things could trigger it. That doesn't mean you constantly depressed either. That's the some people think that. Some people just behind closed doors. They're not having any joy. Everybody need to go check on somebody. That's not always the case. Some people know exactly which buttons to push. Some people know exactly what to say, what to do. They have a wealth of knowledge and what to do and what to say to bring people down a rabbit hole, and to get people to do things. So that's what somebody is learning, right? So Source is saying somebody has you have a lot of wishes being fulfilled, like in terms of love coming across your path. Be very careful. Like I said, somebody has a leadership position coming and you have love coming across your path. Be very careful because, again, you're finally moving on from something, right? Not to go step down off of your throne to go into, because like I said, death is very tricky. That's what this right here, 6 and 3 is 9. 9 is death. Something has ended, right? So whether it's a death of a loved one, it's the holidays. A lot of people are remembering a lot of things. The moon moves from phase. It moves through the zodiac signs every 2.5 days. So that means that your mood could change every 2.5 days. Literally. Like, that's men and women because everything has a life cycle, right? Your mood could change every 2.5 days. Somebody has love coming across their path if that's what you want, right? But that's how you're going to save yourself, is not to jump to conclusions about something in the physical. Like not be impulsive. Like, oh, I'm feeling like for instance, we're going to have a full moon in Gemini. We're not talking about any Geminis that you know, but Geminis are ruled by Mercury. Mercury is the planet of knowledge, learning. It's the messenger planet, right? It's a great time to learn something new. It's also the planet of travel, trade, commerce, sibling relationships, all of it. It's a great time to learn something about how you communicate, how other people communicate. Great time, right? You happen to be around loved ones during the holidays, that may come back to memory for you because of Mercury, which is about to go station direct, but it also may come back because your ruling planet Tower card is retrograde. You may want to take notes in your mind, right? You also want to take notes of who didn't show up this year, who moved on, who may have said, you know what, they are more introverted. They didn't show up, not because they're mad at somebody, maybe because they're more introverted, or maybe they're still trying to process a loss. Not necessarily because they're sitting somewhere depressed and don't want to come up. Maybe that's just how they need to just process inside of a hermit shell. So it's a lot of things that people are learning about people, and just how, people can go down this rabbit hole trying to find out information and get taken advantage of because people just want money. That's it. They just want money. And we're not talking about the person who went down the rabbit hole, because I don't feel like that person, they vulnerable, so they ain't get any money for that. They didn't get money for something. So, yeah. So Source is saying to you, some people are just wired a certain kind of way. Some people are just hardwired that way. So that was a lesson that somebody needed to learn. You don't believe everything you see. Scales from your eyes have been removed. Like I said, you and somebody are cutting ties. You and somebody are cutting ties with someone. Either it's an organization or it's a person. You're cutting ties with them because it's just too toxic and too unhealthy. And because of that, a lot of your wishes are going to be fulfilled because of that. Yeah. So I see somebody getting married. Now, this is something that sources and you're saying somebody didn't see it. This is where you're gonna be like, wow, I didn't see this until I believed it. This is where somebody's actually getting married. Source is not only going to reward you with a marriage, because Source is saying somebody never saw being able to cut off two energies that has been unhealthy and wounded. Somebody never saw themselves being in a healthy, stable, rock solid marriage, and that's what's coming somebody's way. So congratulations in advance. Congratulations in advance, because it was two energies that was responsible for something. All for money. All they wanted was some money. All right. Let's see. One played good, one played bad, but they were together. Both of them played together. Yeah. They play off of each other very well, but they were together. They had a third one in the middle. Here we had a 10 of Cups here. So I do see somebody's family unit coming together. Somebody could be having twins, actually. Or however the twins come together, they could be adopted, they could be grandkids, whoever they are. But I do see somebody having a very healthy union. Okay, y'all, wait a minute now. What is going on? What's going on here? Because right now, it's like you and somebody have a wealth of knowledge about what works for you all and what doesn't. You and your person coming together are definitely each other's type. Definitely, y'all are each other's type. So somebody need to put that list together. I don't know who I'm talking to, but for real, somebody need to really sit down and put that list together, down to what y'all look like on the outside, what y'all look like on the inside, geographical location. I'm talking about down to the mile radius, because both of y'all, that's what y'all have in common. Both of y'all have moved on from shady people. Both of y'all have had titles in relationships, but just no authority in the relationship. Just felt disrespected. Both of y'all have been used by people who were just about, all they cared about was money, status. Like, I'm telling y'all, you and somebody gonna have so much to talk about, but it's not on a trauma bond basis. You and somebody gonna have so much to talk about. It's just gonna be like, where in the world have you been? For real, like where have you been? Where have you been? But it looks like y'all had to both go through some stuff. It's like you and somebody had to really go through it in order for you all to really just finally say, okay, both of y'all are delivered from other people's opinions of you all. So you're moving forward in childlike faith. You and somebody are moving forward in childlike faith. Both of y'all gonna be just real happy. So take the blindfolds off. You and somebody gonna be really happy. But y'all don't even be talking to certain people. I mean, take the blind. Y'all not even confused at this point. Confusion is not even a part of it. I feel like for you and somebody, the conversation is just going to flow. It's just going to flow. Because both of y'all know exactly what to pray for now. Y'all know exactly what to pray for. You and somebody know exactly what to pray for. Y'all know what kind of friends y'all want. I mean, like, y'all just know what your entire community looks like. You know, that's what I'm saying, Aries. It's like I'm seeing it in the spirit realm. Like somebody is sitting down through prayer and meditation, and you can literally see your entire community. That's what I'm seeing here in your card. Like, you can literally see your entire community come together. That's how clear you are. Because somebody has been through going down this rabbit hole. You have made it back to your throne. You just like, somebody is just over people who are just. Whew. Anyway, it's you versus you. Create the change that you want. You have the gift of premonition. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health. So listen to your intuition. Somebody never stopped loving you. You are who they prayed for. You have the gift of telepathy. Document your dreams day and night. Yeah, so you're definitely not indecisive about something, but yeah. Somebody was definitely feeling like they're exactly who was behind the confusion. Somebody definitely feeling like who was behind some confusion, and money was definitely involved in something, but somebody is definitely very clear now. I mean, like crystal clear now. I just see your whole community coming together, your entire community. And okay, so your new home away, somebody's buying a new house too. So congratulations to you on that. Yeah, you got a message from your ancestors. They're the ones that saying your new home awaits. I feel like somebody's been feeling that in their spirit too. I feel like you've been feeling that in your spirit. Something about your energy, because you poured out so much water. I feel like you're the reason why you're moving on in childlike faith, because somebody is not going to waste their blessings on you're not going to waste your nine of well, actually you have, yeah, somebody's just not going to jeopardize. Something is closed up, but you're not going to jeopardize. Yeah, you got 9 of Cups here. You and somebody are not going to jeopardize. What you've created. You're not going to jeopardize what you created, just by being impulsive. Somebody just said, you ain't going to jeopardize what you created just by being impulsive. So yeah, somebody's now you have a sea of opportunities in front of you. So your motivation has changed. Make a list of pros and cons, but you have a lot of blessings coming across your path. And things are starting to become clearer. I'm telling you, speak it into existence. I'm telling you, put that list together. Your next love interest is going to make you happier. The spy is down turned on, because I'm telling y'all, somebody is so clear about their love interest and what your future looks like. You can put that list together. It's going to look like it came together in 5 minutes. It's going to be 5 sheets of paper, front and back. And when you look at it and you start marking off things on the list, Aries, you're going to be like, this came true. This came true. This came to pass. This came to pass. This came to pass. This came to pass. Like, oh my God, that's what's going to That's what's going to help somebody understand just how powerful of a prayer warrior. You're not even going to waste your time anymore on who thought they got over on you. People only knew. A lot of people think people are weak when they just move on. Some people just move on. People, oh, they weak. I would have done this and I would have done that. Nope, pray. I'm telling you. Yeah. Hold your vision. Source is trying to make you and somebody very, very wealthy. Like very wealthy, very high status. I mean, all of that. So it's just trying to put somebody in some position. So anyway, expansiveness. Eternity is far more eternity is far more creative than the rigid, constrained, and exhausted ego. I would not be worried about what somebody else is doing. I'm telling you, Source is trying to put somebody, because it's like 1, 2, 3. Source is trying to put Trying to make somebody, you and some people very wealthy. Affirmations for work. I'm grateful for insightful, genuine, and productive conversations. I give thanks all discord is now exiting my life with harmony and ease. Yep. Mm-hmm. If somebody really, really, really sit down and think about something for real, I'm talking about like in real, have a real clear conversation with self. Something was something that somebody prayed for a long time ago. Somebody said they prayed for something a long time ago. It could have been. It could have been because a thought may have been unhealthy. That somebody was just like, okay, I'm gonna make the best of something. But if something, it's like that initial thought about something. But whatever it was, I'm telling y'all, you're a prayer warrior. You gotta be real careful what you pray for. Careful what you pray for because it may come true. You just don't know when it's gonna come true. But somebody's community is coming together with just what you prayed for. 31. I am disciplined. Your approach to life is an effective mix of both practicality and imagination. Your mind is stirring with creative ideas. Somebody, yeah, that's why all this water here. Somebody is very creative. Um, um, and you have the organizational skills to manifest them to life. Yeah. So somebody may be a singer, a musician, a writer. I'm talking about that kind, creativity. Maybe able to sew. Lots of things that you have a wealth of creativity that's going to also make somebody very wealthy. So that's what I have for you all. Thank you for joining me again. The moon will be moving from, we have a full moon in Gemini. Geminis love to learn. We're not talking about any people that are Geminis, but the sign Gemini is ruled by the messenger planet, knowledge and learning. That's just part of it. So you're going to be increasing your knowledge and learning, and then it's going to move into Cancer. Cancer is a water sign, very creative. We're not talking about any cancers that you know. We're just talking about water being creativity. This may be a great opportunity for somebody to tap back into those creative juices, invest in that, learn something, and make a lot of money doing it. This is the and all that other stuff that may have been eating up a lot of your time that you feel like, okay, so it's just saying you don't even need to be indecisive about it. Make a firm decision. I don't want to have anything to do with anything that's causing me to be indecisive, that's eating up my time. I need to focus on making a decision that I'm closing out this year. And I'm telling you, that's what I have for you. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.